Alright guys, welcome back to Metroid Prime 2. The last time we met in Metroid Prime 2, I believe we defeated the Grapple Beam Guardian, or was that, hold up, I can't remember what happened last part. I've been so busy with other Let's Plays and stuff like that, I just tend to forget what we fought last, and a simple check at my last part uploaded. Yep, it was the Grapple Guardian. So yeah, we fought the Grapple Guardian. I believe it was an embarrassingly long fight. And we are actually backtracking to the Aegon Wastes for actually a bit of an upgrade that's kind of out of the way and really not one you need. But I'm doing it because, for one, I need 100% completion, or, I'm going for 100% completion on items. So, yeah. But this upgrade, remember how I mentioned the super missile is back? Well, the beam combos in general are back as well. The only thing is that they are not the same ones as previous. It's not like the flamethrower or the wave buster or the ice. What was it called? The ice spreader, and then I got them all. Yeah, that was right. Yeah, so it's not like the ones, because for one, we don't have the wave, ice, and plasma beams anymore. We have the Darkburst for the dark beam, and the sunburst for the light beam. Well, we're not getting the sunburst for a long time, I can tell you that now. And the Annihilator beam has the sonic boom. What's the Annihilator beam? You'll find out later. But yeah. So I guess time for our mandatory part update of Metroid Prime 4. Okay, well, technically there is actually something to talk about. Metroid Prime 4 has been given its ESRB rating. I don't think intentionally, though, because from what I've gathered, and by that I just did like the lightest Google search you could ever imagine. I really just kind of Googled it yesterday, and during the last Persona 3 part. You should, by the way, Google it. You should probably watch that, by the way, because I talk about Hollow Knight Silksong, which I might end up doing here anyway. So, anyway. But Prime 4 is given an ESRB rating, which for those who for some reason don't know what the ESRB is, it's the rating system that games measure for, that kind of thing. And I you know what, though? I say that, but I have to actually explain what the ratings are to grown-ass adults half the time at work. Because, like, I will have a parent try to get... I will have a kid who tries to convince their parents that they can get Mortal Kombat 1 for Switch, and they try to get away with it because it's a Switch game, and, people have that whole thing of Nintendo Switch games or kids games. But the thing is in order to protect my job, I have to let parents know that the games are rated M for mature. So, sorry to all the kids out there who want to play Mortal Kombat, but I have to do that. But I have to let the parents know. Sometimes the parents already know, and they just go, "Yeah, it's fine. I'm getting it for them." I'm like, "All right, cool. Just letting you know." But it's funny when parents get mad at me for almost selling them a game, even though, for one, I just told them that the rating is M, meaning that it's, they should be playing it. And for two, you're a bad parent for not paying attention to the rating board that we have on the fucking side of every game case at work. I'm just saying. Oh god, am I practicing bomb jumping again? I'm gonna need to learn that. Oh no, I can tell you. Okay, actually, I say you need to learn bomb jumping for Prime 2. I was way wrong, because at the time of this recording, I'm already well past the Spider Guardian fight, and I didn't have to bomb jump as much as I thought I did. Like, there's a few items where you do have to bomb jump for them, and I think this is one of them, but I was way off when I said that I'm going to have to... And I mean, technically, bomb jumping is a optional thing that you don't have to learn about in every Metroid game, especially if you're trying to sequence break. And I think the other thing, I'm not turning into Mr. Krabs, I'm also having a hard time seeing shit, because Metroid Prime 2 is fucking dark. I know that's the point of the game, I guess, but Jesus Christ, I can't see shit. I don't know if it's maybe my screen is too dark, or maybe it's because the capture card maybe it's because the AV cables is just really or my AV converter is just real shit, but I can't see shit when I'm playing this game. There is a point, because I recorded the session this weekend, there was a point where I was recording, I couldn't see shit. I literally said that. I'm like, man, it is fucking dark. And I'm like, I know I'm playing the game. And I was in Dark Aether too. So I'm like, my brother in Christ, of course it's dark. It's Dark Aether. But I'm like, Jesus, I can't see shit. It's like, I must be blind or something. And I mean, I am, but Jesus Christ. I have an easier time seeing in the HD version for, you know, the Prime Trilogy version. But back what I was saying about Metroid Prime 4 getting its rating. I don't care about the fact that it's T. That's standard in the Metroid series. I think every Metroid game is T. Not counting Metroid 1, because I don't think it had a... I don't think the ESRB existed at the time of Metroid 1's. I don't know, and I'm too lazy to look it up. But... But every other Metroid Prime game was T for teen, if I remember correctly. Every other Metroid game, for that matter, is T. I think the only exception I can immediately think of is maybe Metroid 1? That's the only one I could... I think it's only Metroid 1 that I can really think of. I know Other M isn't. I can tell you Metroid Prime 1's and 2's is T. Maybe 3. I don't think 3 Corruption changed the rating. You're going the right way. You're going the right way. You just need the Seeker Missile. I think I just forgot how to use it. But the reason I am mentioning this, the ESRB rating for Prime 4, though, is because that means that we might be getting an update for Metroid Prime 4's release date soon-ish. I'm not going to say definitively when, because the thing is, the only thing we know about Prime 4's release date is that it's happening this year in 2025. Now, it is very possible that they will just delay it to like early 2026. That happens all the time for games. It happened for Kingdom Hearts 3, if I remember correctly, where they said that it was going to be like 2017, and then they actually ended up delaying it to early 2018, which was genuinely stupid. But it was also like... But it was, you know, it's something that happens all the fucking time. Okay. So I think I end up doing this puzzle wrong. I'm thinking 2 steps early. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm thinking 2 steps early. So what there's a bomb slot in a Kinect that's reached via the kinetic orb cannon, but I'm not thinking that because I'm confused. I think the guide is once again vague as all shit, because it says go up the half pipe, and I'm like, oh, okay, so I got to use the boost ball for that, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, I got to do that. Well, what it's not saying, what it says go past the half pipe. When you tell me to go past a half pipe in the Metroid Prime series, this is me personally, I'm thinking go up it. You know, use the boost ball to go up the half pipe and then do it. So I actually end up doing something really stupid. Yeah, right there. I could see the platform right there. So what I end up doing is jumping up there and landing right there, and I see the bomb slot for it. The thing is, though, is you need the platform to be spinning. Otherwise, it's not going to do anything. Yeah, it's not going to do anything if it's not spinning. So I think this is where I get the idea. I'm like, oh, what's that? I played this game before? Shut up. As I've said many, many times, Metroid Prime 2 is one of the few Metroid games that I have not memorized to hell and back. That and maybe every version of Metroid 2. I like Samus Returns, I really do, but out of every Metroid game, Samus Returns is the one that I just don't remember much of. Yep, so I'm doing the 3 lefts to go right here. Ah, they did it. What's bullshit is I saw it spinning still. So I'm like, so I think I'm sitting there with my controller in one hand, like, what the fuck? It's still spinning. It can still do it. And here's where I realized the kinetic orb cannon's right there. So I also think that I don't. There are certain Metroid games that I just don't like 100%ing, and I think Prime 2 is one of them. The other ones are like Metroid Fusion. I don't like 100%ing Metroid Fusion. I mentioned that I don't like 100%ing Zero Mission. I genuinely hate it because of certain bullshit like the 6-frame jump and stuff like that. There it is. So yeah, we're doing that to gain access to a dark portal. Yeah, all that just to gain access to a portal. Because, you know, just like a lot of other things in this game, it's your prize is hidden behind dark aether. Dread I like 100%ing. You know, there are a few speed booster puzzles in Dread that I don't like, but, you know, once you gain the rhythm down, it's not that bad. Honestly, pulling off the speed booster is probably the easiest in Dread to me. Or at least, not the speed booster, just the Shine Spark in general. I think the Shine Spark is easiest to pull off in Dread. And, you know, especially for influencing direction and shit like that. Fusion, it's pretty easy, but it's not, you know... I can't do it at all in Super. Or I can do it in Super, but most of the time it's like unintentional as all shit. Like I swear most of the time when I pull off a Shine Spark in Super Metroid, it's completely unintentional. Especially if it's like a horizontal Shine Spark, or I one time pulled off a diagonal Shine Spark in Super, but it was so unintentional, I was so pissed off when I couldn't replicate it, because it was for, I don't remember why I was trying to Shine Spark in Super. I think it was because I was trying to get one of the, there was a certain missile tank, I think I was trying, or not, it was like a certain item over in the overworld of Crateria. I think I was trying to get that early, and I thought maybe I could do it, and I ended up Shine Sparking diagonally and getting through part of the speed booster wall. But I don't remember if I ever got that energy tank early. But it doesn't matter. But Prime 2, I really just don't like 100%ing because, for one, you know, I don't enjoy Prime 2 as much as other people do. You know, I hear that people say that Prime 2 is the best one in the whole Prime trilogy, or Prime series now, I guess, because, you know, Prime 4 is almost out, assuming it actually comes out this year. Yep, here it is. Our new beam combo, the Darkburst. Sounds like a really, like a gimmicky Starburst flavor, to be honest with you. Like, it's like the Black Starburst or something that you get, like, around Halloween or something. I don't know. I have a weird imagination, okay? So what is the Darkburst? So, and I don't use the Darkburst or Light or Sunburst that often because of two things. Remember that Dark and Light Beam have an ammo count? Well, I wasn't wrong. So, you have to use... I forgot how to use it. So you have to, you know, do a charge beam for the darker... God damn! And there you go. So you have to press and hold, you have to do a charge beam for the dark beam. And then you have to press the missile button. It uses 5 missiles, and I forgot how many ammo, and how much ammo it uses for the dark beam. But remember... You know, when you use the Dark Beam, it takes up Dark Beam ammo, and you're also using missiles on top of that. You're wasting more resources for something that could probably just be dealt with either charge shots or just standard shots. So, like, it's nice to clear an area really quickly, you know, especially if it's fodder and you have the ammo to spare. But, like, when you're, like, desperate for ammo, especially, like, since you haven't gotten an ammo upgrade in a while, and you're wondering where the fuck are the ammo expansions... You tend to not want to use it. So same for the Annihilator beam, because the Annihilator beam uses both light and dark beam ammo. And missiles, when you get the sonic boom, you're using all three of those. You're using light and dark ammo on top of missiles. So yeah, again, it's impractical. I am very curious, though, about one thing with the Annihilator beam, and I might test it when I get the Annihilator beam, is what happens if you're, like, out of one beam ammo, but you're not out of the other? Can you still fire it, or, like, when you do the charge shot method in order to fire it again, despite being out of ammo, do you have to, does it still use the light beam ammo, but not dark beam? Or, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. I'll have to figure out what I'm talking about when I get the Annihilator beam, because I'm just curious, like, when you charge, like, you know, when you run out of light or dark beam ammo and you still want to use... Am I okay? Or am I just sitting here? Did the game freeze? Oh, okay, no. I was worried for a second there. I was just staring at them. I think I was staring at the guide. Anyway. You know, because when you run out of dark beam or light beam ammo, you have to use a charge shot, essentially, if you want to use it to, like, solve a puzzle, or just use it in general. Which, again, you know, I bring this up every time I mention this. What's the point in the ammo count if I could still use it anyway? I'm just saying. Like, again, if you're going to allow me to use it, yeah, and just make it a pain in the ass to use... Why even limit it in the first place? Just have us use unlimited ammo. But I think I brought that up like 14 times throughout this Let's Play, so I'm going to stop. But, or, you know, I'm probably going to bring it up again next part when I talk about Prime 2. Or when I do the next Prime 2 part next week. But, again, knowing me, I will. But, anyway. What I don't, but, like... So I wonder, like, what would happen if you had one Annihilator beam ammo, or, like, you used, like, say you ran out of dark, like, you want to use the Annihilator beam, but you ran out of dark ammo, but you have light beam ammo to use it for. Do you, like, when you charge it for, you know, being out of dark beam ammo, do you still use light beam ammo, is my question. I would hope not, but at the same time, I don't, or maybe, like, the charge time is halved, maybe, if that makes sense, where you only have to do it for, like, a couple seconds compared to normal. I don't know. I don't know. I've never run into that situation. For one, I didn't realize that you could just do that until, like, a couple playthroughs ago when I did my test playthrough for Prime 2. And when I found out, I think by complete accident, when I did the original Let's Play of this game on the Wii version. At first, though, I thought that the fact that you could still use the beams after running out of ammo was a Wii exclusive thing. I thought that was Wii exclusive. I didn't realize that was in the original then, but still, it's still stupid to have beam ammo, I'm just saying. But, and I think Retro Studios agrees with that sentiment, because, you know, beam ammo goes away after this game. Oh yeah, right, I forgot about that. I could do that. You know, I think Retro agreed with that sentiment, because beam ammo goes away after Prime 2. It's never brought up again, because in Prime 3, they just do the Metroid Fusion thing, where they just stack the beams together. And then Prime 4, I mean, I don't know what they're doing for Prime 4. They haven't revealed anything about Prime 4 except for Samus's psychic abilities, which I really look forward to seeing how that works. At first, though, I thought she was... When I first saw her hand glowing in Prime 4's gameplay trailer, or whatever they revealed it in, I genuinely thought that it was, you know, something that took place after Dread, and that she was using her Metroid powers that she has in Dread. I'm sorry for spoiling Dread, by the way, but at this point, it's pretty obvious that Samus is part Metroid in Dread, especially considering they mentioned that in Fusion. I mean, at this point, though, what isn't Samus part in this point in the franchise? Because, like, I swear she's like a fucking petri dish of, like, weird shit. You know, she's part Shozo, she's part human, she's part Metroid, she's part X-Parasite, probably. Like, I mean, like, at this point, like, I swear, Samus has at least... And also, like, that's not even, like, on top of, like, the Phazon corruption she dealt with in Prime... That she deals with in Prime 3. So, like, I mean, I know the Phazon corruption goes away in Prime 3, at least we hope. You know, they're gonna find... I feel like they're probably gonna find a way to bring back Phazon in Prime 4. Because, you know, the question that a lot of people are, you know, or at least me anyway... is what are they going to do to justify it being called Prime 4? Because the Prime series has a lot of like key features that make it stand out. You know, for one, the first person perspective and all that kind of stuff. But you know, just because a game's in the first person for a Metroid game doesn't mean it has to be a Prime game. You know that. That's just how it works. But it's for the Metroid series anyway. But like, there are certain aspects that, you know, make the Prime series, especially in terms of like narrative or like what's featured in it, in the Prime series. At least to me, I mean, I know that, you know, that there's certain things that didn't exist in Prime Hunters or Prime Federation Force to some extent, if I remember correctly. But like, my first immediate thought is, you know, Phazon is a huge thing that the Prime series is known for. You know, the Prime series is all about Phazon. Phazon is everywhere in the Prime series. I know that I mentioned that but Prime 2 here doesn't really feature Phazon as a primary story element. You know, yeah, Dark Samus is absorbing it. But like, I don't recall if Phazon is the cause of what's going on in Aether. It could, you know what, it very well might be, because I do there is a simple Google search here that I could do. Phazon role in Prime Q. I mean, yes, I am very aware that, you know, fucking Prime Hunters and Prime Federation Force do not have Phazon. I am very aware of that. But I also see them bringing it back for Prime 4. And the other thing is, I wonder if somehow... I wonder if somehow... they're gonna bring back Dark Samus. I don't know how they do it, but they're gonna... You know, I'm not thinking they're gonna do the fucking Emperor Palpatine bullshit in Star Wars, but I wonder if there is going to be some way they bring back Dark Samus. Because, I mean, they fucking made it to where she lived in this game. I'm gonna spoil that now, by the way. Dark Samus lives after this game. She's seen again in Prime 3. There's a post-credits scene, if you get 100% in this game, where Dark Samus lives. That's why I'm going for all the items, by the way, because that I want to show that cutscene. So, I don't... I mean, yeah, it's pretty definitive that Dark Samus dies at the end of Prime 3. I am very aware of that. But, I mean, we've killed Dark Samus at least, like, 3 times on the way here. On the way to the end of... We're going to kill Dark Samus at least one more time by the end of this game. And she survives. Just saying. But I don't know. I mean, that's just a thing that we'll figure out when Prime 4 comes out. I mean, it doesn't need to be there, but, I mean, I do wonder how things are going to differ for Prime 4. Like, I mean, I know Psylux is going to be a major character in Prime 4. I never played Prime Hunter, so I don't know much about Psylux, besides, like, I know he's one of the better characters in that game, I guess. I guess a lot of people liked him. I think it was because he was broken in multiplayer or something like that. I don't fucking know. I don't care. But, I don't know, and I guess that's a topic for another part of Metroid Prime 2. So the next time we meet in Metroid Prime 2, we're going to be doing that. So see you guys next, and we're also going to be, I believe we're actually about to face off against our next major boss battle because I think we have all the Dark Temple keys, so I think we're good to start heading over to the next boss battle and ending off Torvus Bog. So see you guys next time for Metroid Prime 2, and take care.